Face having ass. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Eric Peoples back again. It's Wednesday, so it's arrow time, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to those earlier videos with Gotham and The Flash, so I will be hitting you guys with three videos tonight. And those videos won't the Flash and Gotham videos will be a little bit more crisper because they won't be necessarily a spare of the moment video. They won't be as raw as the Arrow video will be. So we're going to start tonight with the Gotham video, which is for Monday's episode. Basically, the episode was dealing with aggression, fighting. Both Bruce and Gordon were just getting out their aggressions in this episode. Gordon dealing with, of course, everything from the mob to things with Barbara, and hopefully, things with him and Barbara will die down till after the second half of the season because I'm just so tired of her character in this episode. She's just, but this is what you asked for. You know, how could you ask to be a part of this man's life and be in every detail about what he does, and then when you get the taste of it, now you find out that you're not about that life. This is what you want, so tough it out, especially if you love the guy. But I'm happy, so happy to see her, kind of taking a leave. If you haven't seen the episode, you'll get a chance to see it at the end. So Gordon's dealing with that. He's dealing with the mob. He's dealing with crooked cops, the cops that walked out on him in the prior episode, and it's like him against the world, and it's these series of killings that have been going on in Gotham, and they've been very unusual. And ultimately, you find out that Black Mass is behind it. They're introducing, of course, another Batman villain. He's a CEO of a company in this interpretation. Of course, in the comic book, I believe that he was a low level mob guy, but he had money because his family had money. Fastest man alive. But yeah, so they altered the story a bit more with that. And basically what he would do is if you wanted to get hired by his company, you basically had to go through like this fight club type thing. And that was the gist of that element dealing with Gordon. Bruce is out in school finally. I was wondering like why the hell is this kid never in school? He's not doing nothing but wandering away with ideas of being a detective, playing detective, and he goes to school, and of course he's getting bullied, and you know uh, they introduce another character from the Batman mythos, which is Tommy Elliott, and Tommy in the comic books is a character named Hush. And Hush is like one of the best Batman villains, especially within the last couple of years, last 10 years ever written. He's very intricate and just always one step ahead of Bruce. He is Bruce if he was twisted as a child in the comic books. So if you guys haven't never read The Hush by Jeff Loeb and Scott Williams and the great Jim Lee, make sure you pick it up. It's a two-part series. And also The Hush Returns is a really good book too. All of that is pre-52 books. So make sure you check those out. They're great. Um, oh, War Games is another book but that's dealing with Black Mass. Check that out as well. Yeah, so you wind up meeting Tommy Elliott, and he's bullying Bruce, and he says things about his parents, and Bruce tries to fight him, but Tommy's a little bit bigger than Bruce. He's actually like way bigger than Bruce, and he beats him up. Alfred sees him when he picks him up, and Alfred turned into a black mama. I swear he did. That's the thing that Alfred did with Bruce and dealing with bullies is something that an African American mother would do. I promise you. If you haven't seen the episode, make sure you check it out on demand. And when you see that scene, if you're black, You'll probably understand what I meant by that. If you're not and you got black friends or something like that, and you heard stories, you'll understand that too. But yeah, he turned it to, that's my white mama or something, I don't know, but it was a great scene. And ultimately from that, Bruce and Alfred kind of meet on the same level with something. Bruce wants him to teach him how to fight, and Alfred says yes. Now, if you guys have been following my earlier videos, you know that I said out this Alfred is a badass. He's not just a guy who has medical background. This Alfred can throw down. He's good with weapons, and we're going to see him do something this season. I guarantee you that. Ultimately, so that kind of got solved. Catwoman's in there for a little cameo. She's still stealing stuff and stuff like that. I think she said a girl's got a shop or something like that. She has like a whole bunch of clothes that she just stolen. Nigma is getting more airtime, and which with each episode, which is good. I kind of like the guy that plays Ed. I mean, he's very socially awkward, and that awkwardness is going to ultimately play a bigger role in him becoming the Riddler. I don't think we're going to see anything happen in this season, but probably going into second season, probably early second season, if they get picked up for it, we will. But we're seeing the groundwork for that. Fish Mooney and the Penguin are still playing odds with each other. Penguin tortured her new flunky or whatnot, and they're still playing cat and mouse games. And Fish is making another play using her little decoy or whatnot. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of these things culminate for this mid-season finale, which is probably coming within the next 3 weeks, maybe even two. But I think we're gonna see things reach a boiling point. So overall, I gave the episode. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Um, I really was sold on the Bruce Alfred scenes. That's what really caught me. The Black Mass thing, I was a bit much because it's like a fight club with a businessman. I mean, I don't know. I'm quite sure that in some parts of the world it probably really is happening, but I guess they didn't want to step too much with the mob thing. So 3 out of 5. If you like what you see, hit like. If you didn't, dislike. But let me know what you didn't dislike. Let me know what you didn't like about the video, and I may take your comment into consideration. Stay tuned. I got Flash coming up next. See you in a minute.